Originally called Cuandixia, meaning under the stove, this tiny village of around 100 souls is an ideal 2-day trip for those with a passion for Chinese vernacular architecture or those keen for a glimpse of life in rural China. Nestled in a valley some 90 kilometers west of Beijing and overlooked by towering peaks, Chuandixia is a gorgeous cluster of courtyard homes and old world charm. There are even signs in Chinese and English on the floor to point you in the right direction.
Okay, so here in Cuandixia, you will see this character extremely often scattered around the village. Now, Cuandixia stands for under the stove, and the first character is the stove character, which you can see here. Now, that's the literal translation, and you should never really literally translate anything, because in Chinese, the character is extremely meaningful. We have 4 characters within the one character. Now, this is testing my own research, and please don't call me up on this, but we do have fire here, huo, which is surrounded by a big fire, da huo, and that's above that we can find a forest or wood in lin. So we have fire with a forest, and above that xing, meaning sort of thriving. So the whole of the character it has a very good Chinese meaning of prosperity, so that there's prosperity across the village. So much better meaning in Chinese.
Chuandixia boasts some of the best preserved seheyuan, or courtyard houses, in the Beijing area. It was opened to tourism in 1997. Steeped in a history of over 500 years, it was blissfully relaxing to wake up early and walk around this historic village completely undisturbed. It really has the feel of a place that is completely untouched by time. You can lose yourself amongst the narrow alleyways that snake their way around this hillside hamlet.
你从哪里来的吗？
我是从北京市里面过来的。
啊，是吗？你常常来这画吗？
对，我已经来了好多天了。
The area is a magnet for artists, poets, and period drama camera crews. The look and feel of the village is ideal for imbuing artists and poets with the inspiration to pen or paint some creative magic. This in turn works for the TV and film industry, who don't need to fork out major sums of money on designing expensive traditional Chinese sets, when the entire village is, in itself, already preserved just as they want it. Even some Chinese blockbusters such as Warlords, starring Jet Li and Andy Lau, have used this tiny hamlet as a setting for their film. I thoroughly recommend spending the night in Chuandixia. You won't find any 5-star hotels here, but the local food is great, the people are friendly, and with most lodgings offering basic accommodation at around 15 RMB per night, you'd be hard-pressed to find better value for money for such a unique, one-off experience.
Hey buddy. Surrounded by dogs today. I finally arrived at the highest restaurant in Cuandixia, and it's coincidentally the hotel as well that I stayed in last night. Very cheap and comfortable. This is something that caught my mind earlier on when I was heading out, and I asked what it was, and it's in fact a menu, a Chinese menu. So we have all the dishes are made locally, and we have I think they told me this one was meat. One of them is that's fish. That's character for fish, and then cheeseburger, milkshake, and fries. Is that one? No idea. Can't really read them. But don't be worried in case you feel like you can't read any of those characters and you're going to be eating random food. They do have a menu in English, so I don't need to pretend to know what I'm eating. But I've got to say, this is a perfect place to chill out, relax, have a cup of tea, which is very kindly being brought to me, and just check out the view. Cheers.